Hello folks, this is Dairid. I'm going to be doing a very quick tutorial video on League of Legends. It's a pretty popular free-to-play game. It has some microtransactions, but for the most part, you can be very competitive without really spending a cent on it. And it's a very odd game if you've never played one like it, so I figured I'd do this little tutorial, that way people, because I mean, everyone here has a friend that plays League and they always try to get you to play it, but it's very daunting and it's very tricky to know exactly what you're doing if you've never played a game like it. This map is the map that's most popular. It's called Summoner's Rift. It is a 5v5 map. It's the one the pros play. There is a 3v3 map, and there's another, more like, it's kind of a little bit more like Team Deathmatch 5v5 map, but neither of those are really as popular as the Summoner's Rift, which is this 5v5 map. And how it works is there's 3 lanes. As you can see about the mini-map where I'm kind of panning, there's this top lane up here, middle, and bottom. And depending on how the meta is, which is, the meta is basically just like how everyone's playing the game most effectively, it depends on who's going to be in each one of these lanes. But for the most part, you're going to have people in all lanes, and you're going to have someone in the jungle, which I'll step in there for a moment. Killing these neutral monsters and kind of going in and helping out lanes, you know, getting into another lane and making it a 2v1 situation. That way they can, you know, get kills for people. And they've got these neutral monsters. There's a lot more detail I can go into this, but I won't. Just know that certain characters do go around just killing these and going from lane to lane. And the main goal of the game is to get to the other team's nexus, which is their main base. And you do this by pushing this creep wave, like I'll just push this wave, you can see, and then you get to the turret. And this creep wave pushes this turret, and now I can attack the turret, and it's going to attack creeps unless there's some priority on the targeting on the turret, but for the most part, this gives you your opportunity by pushing your creeps up, and you can attack this turret. You kill that turret, and then you kill the next turret, and then there's 3 inner turrets, an inhibitor, and then the very last 2 turrets you kill before you kill basically the base. And when you do that, you win. And that's the whole goal of the game. And it's pretty simple, but it's, you know, it has its complexities too. You control a champion, who this, you know, pirate guy that I'm controlling, Gangplank, and each character has 4 abilities. A couple of them break this rule, but for the most part, they have 3 main abilities you can level anytime you want, and then an ultimate ability that you get to pick at 6, 11, and I think it's 16 or 15. I always forget because by that time I'm not really paying attention to my level. But yeah, you can. That's how most works. There's a couple characters like Udyr and just, you know, a couple other random ones that like start with their ultimate, but 85–90% of the characters, they all have 3 main abilities they level and then an ultimate. And you also have your 2 summoner spells, which are Flash and Ignite. There's tons of other summoner spells, but you know, there's Ghost, which makes you go faster, Barrier, which gives you a shield, Heal, which heals you, Ignite, which puts a damage over time spell on an enemy, Exhaust, which slows them down, and there's a couple other ones, but those are the main ones that most people use, or especially in competitive play. And basically your goal is you want to last hit these minions, because as you can see, like, if I let these minions die, I'm just getting experience, but if I make sure and I do deal the last bit of damage that kills them, I get money, which you can then take your little blue pill, go back home, and you can turn it into items. And there's, I could spend an hour talking about all the different kinds of items, which ones are currently good and which ones are currently not, but that's a whole other video that I probably will never do. But basically your goal is to become more powerful than the other team, and so when your lanes push the enemy's towers all the way back and then kill their nexus, or beat them so badly that they are forced to surrender early because they know they're not going to be able to beat you. And those are the basics of it. I mean, it controls a lot like a StarCraft 2 game. And if you've never played one of those, it's probably closer to, it's this top-down view that's kind of almost like Diablo, but you don't move around quite the same. But it's and I mean, it controls about how all the MOBAs, which is what these are called, they control, because they're old games that were made off of StarCraft. No, wait, I think the first one was a Warcraft 2 mod, and so they're made off of this whole system. And I mean, there's other ones that try to do it with like third-person perspectives and stuff, but so far none of those have caught quite as much momentum as League has. And that's basically how all these MOBAs play. I'll be signing out now. those are the bare basics. I might do some other videos on each lane specifically, or the concept of the meta game, which, I mean, if you're a new player, that's the biggest problem, is you'll get into a game and you don't know how everyone's playing the game. And then they get pissed because, you know, you pick the wrong champion for the wrong thing you want to do, and then everyone gets pissed at you and you stop playing because no one likes to do something particular. Alrighty, well, I'll be signing out now.
Okay, now that we got our Roxio GameCap HD Pro with the tap for the microphone line, we'll go ahead and set it up. I've got it hooked up to my PS3. Sorry if the lighting's a little bit dim.